November 12th.
And the two videos up, there's another one that's right in front of Eli's stand. Good big 10-pointer. Right on my son's stand. Well, he's still alive. He's in front of your stand. Yeah. He's like crack. You have showed me a picture of him in front of Eli's stand in the daytime.
2004, I did this.
322, you'd be there too.
Did $17,000 damage to the car.
You know,
Yeah.
at 322, you'd be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know.
Same deer here, 14.
Yeah, I think it's, he came running by me on Friday with a bow in my hand. Like I said, me and Neil just moved one of my ladder stands where I could see more for guns.
Yeah.
I want to be able to see more area, but that they run through there like crazy along this creek.
When gun season starts.
Saturday. So I got there Friday night to see, first time I hunted it, Friday morning. I seen him down in our yellow creek, and I got a camera there, so I'm always catching them there. That's why I wanted to stand here. I knew I'd see deer.
Yeah.
Here he come, and as soon as I see him, start hitting a grunt, hitting a rattle, trying to get him to stop. He was running, and he had his mouth open, he wasn't listening and nothing. Cause my cousin was up the hill, he goes, "Is that shooting at him right on the nose?" I go, "I was trying to get this dang deer to stop." I say, he just ran by me, but he's over 100 yards away. God.
You have good cell service there.
Yeah. If you get down the creek, it gets a little, my cell cams are up on it.
You want to stand? Flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, right on here. Get out here for that start. Yes. Michael?
So
Okay,
they've got,
Michael, thank
92 nails put in on the slip on Hartford Pike.
you.
So they're along on that pretty good. They worked 410 and off 4, so they'll be back tomorrow. They were on their 4 off. On the right of way, Kelly's got some stuff to sign, but Ron Francis emailed me yesterday. The Fields property, he's not wanting to sell. So they're gonna talk to him about basically getting an easement.
Mhm.
But he wanted to know what I thought about going ahead and paying him that fee. I said, no, we're not gonna pay him $14,000 for an easement.
No,
So he said he'd have to send it back to the appraiser. And then get back with us, let us know on that. I don't know why would you even offer a guy that much money for just an easement?
Does he think it's gonna devalue his property if there's an easement there?
I don't know. And they're still having problems with the costs. They haven't signed yet either. They were gonna send them another letter to see what she would do. So I don't know. I may have to go out and talk to her.
Who was the first name you said?
The field property,
Fields?
yeah.
Okay.
And then the bridge inspections will be coming back in. They're due Friday, so I'll get with Connie and Chaz probably next week and we'll go over that grading them. So that's pretty much all I have.
I'm glad you got enough.
What?
So I'm glad you got enough this time, because Chaz and I come over and get it and
Yeah, which Brett called me the other day. He said that was my fault. He said I should have reached out. But everybody I talked to, they said, well, we wasn't gonna waste our time. You know, you guys have always used BF&S, you know. And I asked Sherry from the state, I said, well, what are we supposed to do in a case like this? I mean, she said, well, they should have, even though you reached out to them, they should have sent you a letter that said, we're not interested.
And that's good enough.
And that's
Should
good
be
enough.
good enough, yeah.
But nobody would even do that.
Mhm.
But I've got,
An email doesn't work?
mhm. I mean, it would have at the time, but like I say, I didn't know how all that worked. And nobody, you know, Brett didn't.
yeah.
I just figured as long as you have a digital copy of everybody you invited,
Yeah,
That should satisfy.
no, that's, well, we don't really invite them, but they post that on the state
Okay.
NDOT site, and then that's how they get. Get that. But I met with United Consultants last Thursday. They turned one in, and USI. Angel said he was out there yesterday, so he's turning one in. So we're gonna have 4 when everything's said and done, so. Are any of you guys going to the commissioners conference? I know the guy from United asked me, and I said, I'm not, so I don't know if the commissioners are.
One commissioner used to go, but Debbie Capital, Debbie Thompson was at another meeting, she said you were so the next time. Well, they take them out that night.
That's fine.
That was,
Okay, do you need these tonight, Mike?
yeah, and then I can send them to him.
There needs to be a motion made to authorize the president to sign the sales disclosure form.
Right,
I'll make the motion.
Shane made the motion.
It's on bottom right hand portion of page 2.
3. Right,
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
right, Craig.
Then you'll send me a copy.
Yeah.
As president. And then print down here, that's all Ohio County Commission.
Okay.
And then give him to-
Might as well.
Was it right?
That was Debbie Thompson. That's what else did I
Where?
picture? I think I'm at the lightning.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Today. It's 7, 18. I need this to check it out. Okay.
How much do you have out there?
My dog keeps ripping my gauge out. Or not my dog,
Wide open, that's
my
your
kids and wife's
They
dog.
said 1 to 2 inches on channel 5.
Thank you.
Laura.
See you, thanks.
See ya.
Yeah.
I don't have a few things.
Okay.
So. I talked to you guys about the chair problem we're having in dispatch. So, they offer a lease program, and so I'm coming back to you guys just to see what your thoughts are on this, because I had been approved to use some of the funds out of my 1,000 account to purchase 2 chairs. But if we were to lease them, the cost for the lease is $2,003.76 per year for 3 years, and then that's paid for. So,
And then they're paid for.
so we can do it that way, or we can purchase them, and the purchase price is almost $8,000, which is insane.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I mean, if we lease them, that by the time we pay it off, the kind of thing is we release another set, because they don't.
Mhm.
So I just kind of wanted your guys' thoughts on that, just to see,
How many chairs?
too. They're 24/7, what they call 24/7 chairs, they're heavy duty, made up for up to a 500-pound person. We went through so many office chairs, we're probably spending that anyways.
So you just want a decision to trade in.
Yeah, if you guys want me to do the lease, I will, or if you want to just purchase outright, we can. I think my budget might be a little shy of the almost $8,000 though, because I was planning on 5.
And the other was 2,000 for 3 years. And they're
Yeah,
paid for?
2,000 a year for 3 years,
They're paid for.
But they're shot.
but they'll be shot and we'll have to do it again
But if
anyways.
you bought 2, Maybe
If you
shop
buy
too.
them, yeah, but there is a 10-year warranty if you buy them.
Oh,
So that's the difference, and that's kind of why I thought I'm just gonna kind of ask you guys what you
is it
think.
a good warranty?
They say it is, I mean,
How much you gonna be short in your budget?
well, total right now, I have $5,783 that I could put towards the chairs. There might be a little bit more I can move towards the end of the year, but
I think we can get special needs. Yeah, I think we can get.
We could, me and Debbie can work it out, and try to
Okay.
figure
Are
out
these
where
two
we can
different?
take it from.
Two different manufacturers?
it's the
It's the
same.
same.
Mhm. I did call around and get some other quotes, but they're all really expensive.
It's the same exact chair.
Why is it, I don't understand if
And
you
they got
buy it,
10-year warranty.
why is it $1,500 or whatever?
10-year
I think
warranty.
it's a 10-year warranty on them.
Because you're paying for the warranty.
But the lease doesn't get you any warranty?
No, I mean, they come in and they maintain them twice or once a year. And they said they'll switch them out if there's any major malfunctions in that time, but
But you don't think they're gonna last 10 years, it sounds to me like, right?
I can't, no, I have never seen a chair last more than 2 years over there, but I mean, it's been 10 years since we've had a heavy duty chair. And then back then when we bought those, they did last. They did last about 10 years.
I feel like you buy them.
I do too.
All right, I'll do that then.
Make a motion,
Second, you said it first.
because council was okay with it. Who first? Who was Billy? And we'll look at everything, Laura, and we'll find that out on Monday.
Okay. Cause the other outstanding thing that I have is the siren being replaced. They're slated to come in, they came in once already, coming in the week of December 1st to do the second phase. I called and reported it to 811 and, utilities and all of that to get ready to have this installed. Insurance is covering it. I'm hoping to cover all the costs. I don't know how that works, but, there's gonna be programming and stuff like that also, so. I was planning on using that towards the chair, so that's why I'm throwing it out there.
Okay.
Did Sean get with you?
I've talked to him a couple of times. I think he's a little confused because we're working with 4 different people. Basically. We have the
Okay.
people who sold the siren, a contractor installing it. He's doing the electric, and then I'm involved, and some other lady that works for, I don't know what she does, but so there's 5 people and we're all just sending a bunch of messages trying to get this worked out, and it's a little bit messy. And then we gotta throw the animal shelter in there.
Mhm.
I know that they have a phone issue. And with that, I kind of thought, I know they're using Brightspeed. Can we switch them? I'm in the middle of a phone upgrade anyways, like, can we just pull their number too and get them off of Brightspeed altogether? Would that be an issue?
No, I think we should. I think we ought to get as far away from Brightspeed as possible.
They're gonna eventually go out of the county, the boy told me yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm still with them right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we can get them switched over to,
Great
Okay.
Plains
well, it's,
or SEI.
It's IndyCom through in Midwest Data.
yeah, maybe.
So I'll start doing that then. And I have not talked to Rhonda about it though. I just kind of was thinking about it earlier today. The Aberdeen shed, I have not got Fletcher out there to look at it yet. I called him. He said he would call me back. I haven't heard back, so he's probably busy, but I'll touch base with him again. And then the last thing I have is that I'm working on addressing some city property down there, the old courtyard, basically. Bunchbach is turning them all into permanent residents right now. And this might be more, this might be more of a question for the city, but I'm starting with you guys because I can't find the address ordinance from like 1990. Tried, look, I can't find it. So that there is a garage that he's going to convert into a permanent residence, and it's on the alley behind.
That Dembo's old shop
Yeah.
is.
Well, the red one, he's converting that one too, but then there's one down the alley,
In
like,
the garage, or it's a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said him too.
Yeah,
So right now I have it assigned as a front street address, just an even number to kind of differentiate what side of the road it would be on, but really that alley needs to be named.
Yeah.
So I just kind of didn't know where I start with this because I haven't had to actually name a city road yet.
Fort Laur's Alley.
That counts.
that's gotta be cities call.
Okay, because the address ordinance would have come from you guys, so I just wanted to.
So slack alley.
Yeah.
Slacker.
Okay. All right, well, I think that's all I got for you guys.
How many residents will be down there?
There'll be 13 in a restaurant.
13 in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Good. It's good.
Well, maybe, right?
Thanks, Lord.
John.
It was nice meeting you.
Well, hopefully I have an opportunity to give you a reason to name that after me, but it sounds like it's the city's responsibility.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all having me here tonight. You know, if you don't mind, I'll just rip here for the first 30 seconds and then you can ask me anything you like. I'm Ryan Secord. I'm the government affairs consultant for the Henriac Group, which is a Hub International company, largest privately held brokerage firm in the United States. I have 22 public entities across the state, 22-ish, cities, towns, counties, schools. We are the brokers for Jefferson and Switzerland County, the town of Hanover, and the Jefferson County Public Library System, as well as Madison schools here in the area, so we have a pretty heavy presence. Our most recent pickup was Switzerland County. Interestingly enough, they were in an identical position as you last year. They were with a broker called Pinnacle and with a TPA called MedBen. When we took over last year, at the end of the year, we made some significant changes that enhanced the benefits from the employee's perspective in a lot of ways, especially those over 65. And we were able to pull $474,000 out of the budget immediately and put it back into Switzerland County's coffers. That also wiped out the $300,000 increase that Pinnacle had brought them, so a total savings of $774,000 for the year last year. This year they took an increase. One of the things that I'm sure you probably noticed during the government shutdown was they were debating some costs around healthcare. They took a $65,000 increase, which in hindsight, after looking at the $700,000+ they saved, we're still well and above in the green for that area. Because they are so identical to you, I mean, they're a casino county, they they have all the kind of weird and wonky rules around that. The commissioners pay for the entire healthcare plan out of that budget and not from council. I'm not sure if that's how y'all do it, and because they're doing identically what you did, I think this is a great case cut study to come and say, hey, I think we can replicate something similar in Ohio County. And of course, every employer is dealing with different disease states and there are different things that are occurring. But given what we've seen relative to the networks, the hospitals, your populations are sharing pretty much the same areas. They're all going relatively to the same doctors, relatively going to the same hospitals.
No, are they?
Well,
Because
as I
they would
understand it,
tend to go to Madison, where our people go to St. E, and that was a huge selling point
yeah,
with MedBen because they have exclusive rights supposedly with
right.
St. E.
So we have a CNE in Switzerland County. It's a small
But
little,
it's not a hospital.
right. So, I mean, you're not going there if you have, they're not gonna
Right.
helicopter you there. If you have- Right.
Yeah.
So, of course, there are some things that, we would have to look at your data to analyze to
Mhm.
confirm. Of course, I would assume that a good portion of your population, it's funny that you mentioned that. The Seagram's plant is up there. I've been here since Friday. My son had his second grade travel football.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rumble on the
Mhm.
on the river. So we've been down here and I've been thinking quite a bit about this because we stayed by St. E's. So that's something that we would do called disruption analysis. And what we would do is we would dig into your data if you decided to hire us and we'd say, hey, 40% of people are going here, 20% of people are going here, 30% of people are going here, whatever percentage equals 100 goes here, right? Just as even numbers. And then we would take that information and say, hey, what's your tolerance for where you want to be financially? And here are the options that could be minimally to maximum disruption. And of course, minimal disruption tends to be a higher cost, whereas maximum disruption, where you kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater, you could save $1 million, but if nobody's happy, have you really done anything? So, but the point is, we'll present these options to you just like we did Switzerland and Jefferson counties. And you'll have the opportunity to say, this makes the most sense for my community, not just from a financial standpoint, but from those who engage with the health plan as well. So I haven't looked at your data and everything I hear is conjecture and hearsay, just kind of talking from commissioners around. It could be completely incorrect. From what I hear, I'm not entirely sure that you're in a position where you feel like you're getting the most out of the dollars that you're putting into this program. And we've done a pretty good job, I think, across this area, specifically with your neighboring counties, helping them do just that. So is the solution that Switzerland County has perfect for you? I don't know.
Didn't you run a rabbit? I feel like I'm having deja vu.
We've done this before.
Yes, and where did you,
Free.
and what did you get with that?
Nowhere. So, and the reason why was because when we asked MedBen to release data for us, they
That's what I
refused to
thought.
do so.
Okay.
So now, if you were to select us as your broker this time of year, they would have to provide that data. And the reality is we would have to, and there's just no way of sugarcoating it. I have no silver bullets. We would have to accept what you've done for this year, right? But that doesn't mean it's gospel. There are many programs that we could implement behind the scenes that are of no additional cost to the county that could become immediate cost savers. A perfect example, in Jefferson County, we bolted on a program called Sharks. And it's a distribution pharmacy program, and it doesn't cost the county any additional money. It's a percentage of savings. So you use a portion of the savings to pay the fee for Sharks. But what essentially we do is we go through an analysis and we identify the top 25 most expensive drugs that your folks are taking. And at your population, if I remember correctly, 2 years, about 50 to 55 folks.
About 58.
58, okay. Well, you probably have 4 or 5 people that are driving maybe 60-70% of your total pharmacy costs. We can identify those individuals, and through the Sharks program, we can go directly to the distributors. And in many cases, we receive those medications for free in terms of costs to the plan and to the employee, or near free. In other cases, the drugs might be, extraordinarily rare. But if it's a $10,000 a month medication, typically we'll see a substantial reduction. We could get it for $4,000 or $5,000. So yes, you're still paying an exorbitant sum for medication, but by taking significant percentage points off a month, we begin to build that nest egg. So that's something that we could implement January 1 for you today and allow that program to kind of work in the background. There are other programs we can implement too that do very similar things, but that's just one example. And then as we watch the data, as we go through the course of 2026, we're going into 2026, we can really work into by Q2, around July, have you guys planned out into a plan that you want to slide into for 2027. And the reason why that would be the most advantageous, at least from my perspective, is because watching data is really the only way to know how things are going to work. And having access to that data and running it through our analytics and seeing who's getting sick and taking what and all of these things is going to help us go in January through March, and then March through June, July, say, hey, we really need to make these small little pivots here without disrupting the employees, without taking things from them, of course. And in doing so, we can save X when we renew into 2027. So the biggest thing that's going to drive your cost for 2027 is going to be how you look to an insurer based on how sick people are or what medications they were taking. If we can take these 4 or 5 expensive drugs off the plan, for example, the actuaries don't ever see it. So when they look at you for renewal, they don't account for these extraordinary costs in there. And you're starting from a better place at renewal before we even start engaging some of the different things that we can do behind the scenes to help y'all save that money. So it's not going to be a silver bullet, as I said. I haven't seen what your data looks like, but I've yet to find a public entity that we truly couldn't help once they, leapt off the cliff, for lack of a better term, and gave us the opportunity.
Do you have anybody that you've done work with in Indiana that you've had been their broker for 7 or 8, 10 years?
Personally, I've been doing this job for 10 years. We're a 67-year-old organization.
Mhm.
We have multiple towns that we've had, obviously, before I came on board with Henriette, that have been with us for 15, 20 years, towns, cities, and whatnot.
Mhm.
My longest standing client I've had for about 6 years is the city of Logansport. And I manage both their property and casualty and employee benefits programs.
Well, my thoughts are, how, as a broker, do you use MedBen for anybody?
So in this case, no. We've moved everyone away.
But I mean, you've used MedBen in the past for some.
We had
Some
MedBen
of it.
for a short period of time with Switzerland County, but we found that just based off of some of the service, as well as some of the things that we can do with the plan. So I know you've been having trouble with internet, so that you're going to like this analogy. Everybody is trained to buy things in bundles, right? Like buy your home and auto, get your cable, your home phone, and your internet through us will give you a discount, right? Insurance kind of works in the inverse. The more you a la carte the different pieces that are specific to what you do, the better the rates are in the long run. So we have almost all of our public entities in a single stop loss consortium, where they buy stop loss insurance, which is insurance for your insurance, right? Together. And because they're all well-rated groups that are doing consistent things, their increases are about 1% to 2% every year, and they have been for the last 7 years. And the rates for those stop loss programs tend to be about 15 to 20% lower than what we're seeing consistently in the market. And it's because it's a specialty, right? They understand the world that you're in. They work with a lot of municipals, they work with a lot of municipal space, but other insurance companies may look at you like a dime a dozen, you're a manufacturer, I don't care, right? But because they have that stability and there's a little more TLC in that program, it creates opportunity. So, and that's something that I would say, I wouldn't say we work with exclusively, but I've never run into another broker that works with that program. So those are the kind of things that, as a 67-year-old Indiana organization who's been heavily engaged in public entities, that we've kind of learned over the course of our existence and have been able to implement in the programs across the state to help folks out. At the end of the day, the way that I look at it is we've got to take care of the taxpayer first and foremost, but in doing so, we take care of the employee as well. Like, we don't want to come in here and say, hey, this is going to save you $1.5 million unless you need it. But everyone's going to hate it, right?
We can't have that.
We absolutely cannot do that. And that's the quickest way to get myself fired. And we don't ask for contracts. If you don't like what we're doing, you're free to leave at any time. So one of the things that we weigh and measure as we go through this process is employee disruption relative to the cost. And somewhere between those two pieces is an answer that both sides can live with. And that's what we help our clients find.
Well, here's my thoughts. Because I've shopped insurance for myself. My wife has, not me, but every few years she'll shop it. And I'm just curious if you're able to offer these huge savings to get your foot in, and then like Switzerland County, they got $65,000 increase. Is this going to be 3 years? We're going to be where Pinnacle's at? That's my fear with making a move. And if that's the case, then why would we make the move?
Fair. And I understand. However, I would note that it would take the better part of a decade to get back to where they were last year, if that were the standard rate of increase. So yes, the cost of insurance is going to go up every year. And one of the challenges that I find with my counties and my cities and my towns is we have employees that have been here for decades, and some are even generational. There are neighbors or family members or voters, which is very important, right? So one of the things that we like to look at as we say, hey, thank you for hiring us, is this is where you are today. This is where the employees expect costs to be. How do we make sure that they're paying at minimum the same thing they are today in 5 and 10 years from now. Does that mean we're going to have to continue the process of engagement and continue the process of innovation with Switzerland County? Absolutely, the job's not done. But for now, we've given them a significant buffer where they can come back and we can game plan that over years instead of months, so that we build stability into their budgets, stability into their employee experience, and allow them to make decisions, not knee-jerk, but over an extended period of time where they feel comfortable when it's done.
That's impressive.
Appreciate it.
You completely sidestepped that.
Well, how, oh, okay. Well, give me your question again.
I'm just saying, you know, the insurance game is to come in low and then step it up over time.
Right.
I mean, I think it's pretty common in the industry.
But I'm not the insurance company. I'm the person you
No,
would
but
hire to negotiate with the insurance company to make sure that they don't do that to you. So while I can't control their behavior and I can't guarantee you that they won't do things like that, I can use my tools and the experience that I have through my organization to fight for you on your behalf. You're hiring a fighter, right? So I'm 5'9", 220. You know, I'm your midweight division in real life, but I'm a heavyweight when it comes to the public municipal space on these things. So you can't predict who's going to be sick next year. We could have 8 people, God forbid, come up with cancer and we just have a terrible year. But if we design the plan around a way where we're pulling money that you're spending now back in while the employees still feel like they're receiving the same thing, that's the buffer that we want to build over the course of years. So I apologize if that's a sidestep. I can't guarantee what the insurance company will do. All I can do is negotiate on your behalf the best possible opportunity.
Do you have a written proposal that you want to make?
No,
to the
sir.
commissioner?
I think we dropped that off in 2023.
I drop off another one.
Well, I was just kind of invited here and there wasn't, it was kind of
Yeah.
loose
Yeah.
conversation, I think is what people were looking for. If there's something that you would like to have in writing, you would probably go along the lines of, we wouldn't ask you for a contract. Once we get into your data, we would set a savings goal for 2026 and 2027. We put up to 50% of our compensation, which we wouldn't ask you for anything more than what you're paying Pinnacle now, up at risk, saying that if we don't meet those savings objectives, that we would repay you to help bridge the gap so you have some security there. I know you're going out on a limb to hire us.
We are, because if we burn this bridge, then where are we at?
Right,
We
right.
burn Pinnacle Bridge by switching brokers and.
Well, so you're welcome to go right back to Pinnacle. I doubt they'll tell you no. So-
No, but they probably won't be the deal where, you know, like,
Yeah,
I mean, they
we
were.
just went through this
Yeah.
Yeah.
last year. We just went through this. I mean, you were in the running too.
Yeah,
We chose, I can't remember the guy from Indianapolis.
yeah, there were 3 of them.
The Highland guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went, yeah.
Are you with Highland now?
No,
Oh,
no.
you stayed with
I
Pinnacle.
mean, he actually came in, sat here in the meeting and looked at.
Said, I can't do any better.
He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that was, oh no, it was, one from Ireland. I can't think of his name. But, we had 3 of them. Yeah,
But the one from Highland was the one that said this. It
Mhm.
wasn't, yeah, I know who you mean.
yeah.
Said he didn't think he'd do a whole lot for you. I think I remember somebody telling me that.
But you weren't here with that. And, there was 3 and they all went at it. And that's what that guy honestly said. He said, you know,
Yeah, they all said they couldn't beat it. really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
because of the deal with St. E. If it wasn't for that,
Tell me about that deal.
I can't.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
So
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know how they exclusively have it. I know, it used to be Dearborn County Hospital. They were kind of together, they were up there. They had all the employees, the Dearborn County Hospital. They do not have the people of St. E, that work there. I know that because my wife works there, but
Yeah, we have even people go to Christ and Mercy West and all that from down in this area. More people do.
so the deal with St. E,
And that's through MedBen.
that's the nightmare.
So if you were to hire us today, for example, MedBen would go nowhere. The only person that would leave is Pinnacle.
Yeah.
What we would do is take Pinnacle's place and negotiate with MedBen any opportunity that we could help claw back some money for 2025. We would keep what you're doing today, because quite frankly, if I came in here and said, hey, we're gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater, you're gonna hate me by January, because nothing will get done. It'll be chaos. It's Thanksgiving next week. There's no magic bullet here. However, if you were to hire us, the contract would remain, MedBen would remain. What we would do is try to tighten up the things around it that are outside of that, potentially the stop loss, potentially the pharmacy. There's a few other things that we could do behind the scenes where we think that we could identify savings. We'd, of course, come to your meetings, show them to you, and then you'd have the opportunity to use that data to vote on whether you'd like to implement them or not. So you would not put the MedBen relationship at risk. The only thing that would change would be the Pinnacle relationship. Now, as I said before, we would assume the same compensation. Like right now, MedBen just pays Pinnacle. We would just assume whatever that is. We're not concerned with what that rate is. We would then use all of 2026 to game plan and put together, like I said, by July, like, hey, is this what you guys want to do? Do you want to stay here? Here's the advantage if we went elsewhere. Here's the disadvantage if we lose the St. E contract. Here's how we really twist it to MedBen to make things a little better next year. The answers to those things are all presumptive, right? You're hiring a professional service, just like when you hired this gentleman, you weren't entirely sure if he was the best lawyer in the county, but now of course you know he is, right? So it's the same concept. So
Let me ask you this, Switzerland County had MedBen under Pinnacle, correct?
I'm sorry.
Did Switzerland County use MedBen
Yes,
under Pinnacle?
under Pinnacle.
And then who's the insurance?
We now run through Remodel.
What is it?
Remodel Health.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Never-
So Remodel Health is a different TPA. We brought them different options. They were in a slight, I'm not entirely sure of where your position was, but where Switzerland County was, they had a $300,000 increase through MedBen last year that 100% would have had to go to the employees. So even if they loved MedBen and Pinnacle, the numbers just did not add up. So we built this option as a tertiary opportunity to say, hey, let's save some money and let's not push that cost back off to the employees, and let's retain this money into the commissioner's account because they pay for it out of their casino royalties. And then next year, we'll see, is this still what you want to do? We'll game plan and keep going. This year, they're like, yeah, like we like what's going on. This is easy. The employees engage in most of this on their own. They don't have an HR person or any sophisticated HR folks in this. So I'm largely running all the behind the scenes stuff on their behalf for the county. And while we do that, we make decisions through the process. Do you want to look at a Cadillac plan next year, for example? Well, our casino revenues are down. It could be gone next year for all we know. We need to save. Our SB1 is come in out of nowhere. Nobody could have planned for that. And SB1 is going to come again in January because they're doing even more. It's a 4-year process. So we're going to just sit and save the money as best we can. So that was the decision making they have now in Jefferson County. It's completely different. We've added a clinic today where the employees can now go see a primary care physician for free and receive the medications for free. This is a net saver for the county because the county buys all the drugs at wholesale and stocks them in the clinic in a cost share model with the schools in the area that we have and one that we don't. And by doing that, they knocked off 20 percentage points of their pharmacy costs for the year. So that's one of the ways where the employees can go, wow, this is white glove service, but the county's actually spending less money than they did last year to do it. Is that 100% appropriate for you? I don't know, but the point is we can go through your data as your broker and game plan this opportunity for you into the year, help you save next year with the plan that you already have, and put you in a better financial position to make decisions that you deem to be appropriate.
Yeah. Okay. What happens if we say, okay, we switch, like you are broker, then halfway through the year, you're like, I can't do you any better. And what are we doing?
Well, you would know that in the first
Where
two.
would we go from there?
You'd know that in the first 60 to 90 days. Because we would immediately begin that analysis where we would try to add bolt-on programs to work with MedBen to help save you some money. If we get to July, or if we get into that 90 days and say, hey, listen, MedBen's not cooperating, they really don't want to pull any of this out, I would pivot to, we're going to focus into how we can help you for next year. If you ultimately decide that I haven't done a sufficient job on your behalf, of course, you're free to go back to Pinnacle or any other broker that you choose, but I've yet to have someone do that.
I mean, you're pretty confident then that there's somebody out there you could find savings with for us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What I'm not confident in is how tolerant you are to what level of change to get there. So that's where we would have to.
Yeah, I
get to
mean, if
know each
everybody's
other.
gotta go to Cincinnati,
Yeah,
that would be a problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't, we would, so all of our agreements across Switzerland and Jefferson County are a la carte. So Jefferson County has a lot of folks that really love to go to Louisville for whatever reason. And so we've tailored the plan around those folks to make sure that that handful of people didn't lose that opportunity. Whereas everybody else is happy with King's Daughters, you know? So those are the kind of things that we can look at on a case by case basis once you're your broker and help you game plan. This isn't throwing the baby out with the bathwater. This is just changing the temperature a little bit to make the baby comfortable.
When you guys will discuss it, and
Yeah.
get back with it.
And, you know, we still have a contract right now with Pinnacle.
Sure. Tell me about that.
When's that up?
It's the end of the year.
It's, yeah, we go at the end of the year,
It's a year to year.
yeah,
Have they asked you to renew it?
yes,
I'm sure we had to in,
this summer. or early.
then.
We just did the stop loss and everything, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I meant your personal broker contract between them and you. Do you have one of those where you're like, you have to stay with us for an indeterminate amount of time or you owe us money? Oh, okay. Well, then what you're talking about is just your renewal.
Yeah.
That's something that I could take over immediately. And that's what we would use. Nothing would change with what you've negotiated with Pinnacle, like I said. But when we would come back to you, probably at the end of January and say, okay, we've seen how the plan's operating. We've seen what y'all are doing.
With them, with Pinnacle.
Not that I'm aware of.
mm,
Yeah.
And, you know, when I talked about the exclusive rights with St. E, I said with MedBen. Is it MedBen or with Pinnacle?
I think Pinnacle has the exclusive rights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big thing to consider then.
Yeah, has the
I was
exclusive
thinking the
rights.
same thing, because MedBen's nationwide, I thought, how.
Right, yeah.
It's Pinnacle.
Mhm.
So that would be interesting because I've never seen a broker that had like a direct contract with their clients with the
Mhm.
hospital group.
It's
Typically,
very unique.
yeah, they typically like to be agnostic.
And I'm
It's-
surprised, because
Yeah.
St. E is, you know, it's all Cincinnati, it's huge.
So let me ask you one more question. I'll get out of your hair. Just based on the direction that the cost is going and the trajectory that you're seeing, do you think you're gonna be able to afford this in 5 to 6 years? Or is something gonna have to give?
Who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, past year.
Who knows
it
what's
didn't
gonna
go up.
happen in healthcare?
No.
It-
Well,
Last year it didn't go
When
up.
we started shopping, he stopped going up.
That's right, that's the
Mhm.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
one
just
of
gonna shop every year. Maybe we'll stay where it's at.
well, one of the things that if you've had the opportunity to,
Not long time.
so there is such a thing as over shopping.
Yes.
Yeah, where the insurance companies will say, not them again, they didn't pick us, we're just gonna decline.
It's
But you got,
Yeah.
that only works for so long.
Right.
Because they have to do a lot of work to, but anyway, I can tell you that if you have an opportunity to speak to your peers, and I think I sent you some numbers in Switzerland and Jefferson
I
counties.
talked to Todd Chase.
Okay, well, I'm confident that they would tell you that they feel like they know where they're gonna be in the next couple of years. And that insecurity that you guys, as who knows, can turn into some kind of, we know.
That's why I was asking about MedBen and switching to this other company and how that works with St. E. I know part of their county probably goes to Madison, but
It's been a non-disruptor. In fact, we.
so how's that work then? If what Pinnacle is saying is true and they have some agreement with, how does his insurance?
Ain't gonna happen.
Well, I think he's asking why people weren't raising hell in Switzerland County after they switched to us because of the St. E.
Yeah, if there's no disturbance.
Right. Yeah, in Switzerland County, it's a drive. I mean, there's probably some, majority doesn't go there though.
Yeah.
Where it's to St. E and to St. E. But they have a St. E and B.
It's not a hospital.
They have a
That's
They have like,
a doctor's office.
we have a saving here too,
it goes down.
but yeah, it's just a doctor's office.
But the point is,
To get them up there.
the employees still have access to that office, and changing brokers didn't price the county out of access to that
That's something we
facility.
need to look into for sure.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, most people, the majority of their time at a doctor or to see a doctor is in an MOB, medical office building. It's not in a hospital.
you're correct.
Most of the work's done in the MOBs.
Yeah, so a hospital, you don't want your employees going to the hospital, because if you go to the emergency room, you're paying an exorbitant rate. And maybe that's what this agreement does. They can access the emergency room at a discounted rate than what you're doing. But if they go to a minute clinic, or if they go to, in a non-emergency situation, if they go to a general practitioner, the county will always save more money. So even just changing this behavior where they're not using it as an emergency room, if that's the case, I'm just making assumptions here, would, even without that discounted rate, create some significant savings, because you could easily rack up 10 grand, in an emergency room for, a bag of saline because I was dehydrated, whereas you go to your
Right.
practitioner, it's substantially less. And if their savings is 20% off, congratulations, you saved $2,000. You still paid $8 for something that somebody would have paid $100 for, at their general practitioner. So,
And,
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to know.
well, I'm here to help you. I know it's a difficult decision. I'd ask you to hire me, and it'd be a leap of faith. I completely understand that, but it's an educated leap of faith, because we know what our peers are doing south of us and the experience that they've had. And as I said, we would be more than happy to put our fees at risk, 50% of our fees. So whatever you're paying Pinnacle, 50% of that, if we don't hit your savings goals, if we don't hit your service goals, we'll repay that to you. We won't ask you to remain with us if you don't feel comfortable with us. And one more thing, if you choose, I also do property and casualty insurance, liability insurance for a lot of cities, towns, counties, and whatnot. If you decide to do that, we would reduce fees for both sides on the broker by 20%. So whatever you're paying your PNC personnel, we'll reduce that by 20%. Whatever you're paying Pinnacle now, we'll reduce that by 20%. So there's a lot of opportunities, I think, to say, hey, even if this goes crazy, there's money in the bank. But I think our reputation speaks for itself, and I would be it would be a first if this went crazy, is my point.
Well,
The only hangup is the agreement.
Yeah.
I wish we knew.
Is it proprietary? They won't explain it to you? Because that happens a lot.
no, I don't think so. Not,
no, I think Mike would
yeah.
sit down and talk to us about it.
Well, how about this? I will send you what's called an agent of record letter just for you to look at. It shows you, hey, this is what it's like to hire Ryan. You guys take the time to go speak to your person. Obviously, doing that's going to open a can of worms, just FYI. So just know that. Get the information that you need to know, and then I'll come back to your next meeting and you can drill me.
The agent of record, if we don't sign that. If we sign it, it directly goes to you,
Yes, sir.
right?
Mhm. I would send it to you so you could look at it and
Look
say,
at it, yeah.
yeah, so get it in the attorney's hands.
Talk is cheap. Why don't you make a written proposal to the commissioners on your plan to represent this county?
Okay, would you like an RFP style?
Sure. that'd be
Yeah, I
fine.
can certainly do that for you.
Something in writing that they can review.
I can have it to you before Thanksgiving, sir.
Okay.
Be happy to do that. I hope you understand that I'm kind of passionate about this. I know I've been described as pushy, but when you're hiring a fighter, you want somebody that's a little pushy. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here and I know I can help you if given the opportunity.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Great to see you. See you. Yeah, nice.
Have a good night.
Oh, yeah. Drive my ass back to my hotel. I gotta be in open enrollment for Switzerland County tomorrow, so I'm around if you need to talk.
Okay.
Your consideration.
You guys better make
Yep, man.
need a motion on.
Motion. Right.
Need to approve the contracts.
Yeah. Yeah. He jumped ahead. It's your fault. Oh, just don't let them-
Okay. Okay, this is the contract for the, Livingston's flooring. That's all the way in the back before you start. And the amount is 30, I think the amount is 38,900 for the base bid.
Okay, so I have to have a motion.
Got it. Second. Matter, John.
He's just as slick as he was the last time.
It's the exact same as last time.
It's the same presentation.
Well, he called me because my internet, he said he did send something out.
That guy was Bill Sylvester,
Yes.
but I can't remember who he's, the company though, but it's.
Winners.
I forgot.
Humble.
No,
No,
this
not
was
something. The guy who came in and said he couldn't be,
Apex.
Apex, that's it. See,
You got a heck of a memory.
55-year-old brain is okay.
56 today.
Oh, is it?
Happy birthday. Is it really your birthday?
Today?
Look who I'm
Who
with.
was it? Bill somebody said, I can't.
Bill Sylvester.
I
with
can't
Apex.
match,
Yeah,
He was really honest with it.
yes, he was very honest.
Yeah, that's my whole hang up with the whole thing. That's why I wonder how Switzerland County does it.
I don't know.
they got flim flammed, maybe,
You know which one.
with the top. And I can take you 20% on this,
Yeah, there's no.
20% on that.
Need approval in the minutes.
And you got in.
It's for.
Well, and that's what I said, everybody knows the game. You go in and you show this big savings and if at the first year it goes up $65,000. Next year it's $165,000 and.
And I can show you the stuff, I mean, we have hardly anybody who goes to the emergency room. Everybody's really good
I
about.
did, I have, because I had to.
Well, yeah, but.
Well, if you have to.
Yeah, you have to, but our people are really pretty good about
But it's
going
Which is good.
to the doctor and, or,
And then the doctor makes the referral.
yeah,
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 yeah.
so, I mean,
But the doctor.
So we shouldn't, so your point in that is you shouldn't be tied to Pinnacle.
well. I mean, I like Pinnacle, so,
Things have changed,
yes.
because it wasn't like that.
I mean,
What
we
do you
don't
mean?
have
2
any
years.
complaints, right.
Even we're working with them and just,
Yeah, we haven't had
Yeah.
any complaints, nobody, I mean, and we do have a couple, three more high risk people maybe, but.
I think they've tightened their ship up because, we
Mhm.
we were adamant about that. You need your information, you need help, you need this, you need that.
I mean,
Now you get,
employees pay $25 a month.
I know. So I say, complain about working here. They got it made 31 hours a week, 25 hours.
Where do I sign up?
And all the holidays.
Well, in legislation, I saw where next year that they want to, have the, like commissioners and council and everything they want to put it in the law saying that they can have the same insurance as the
Oh, really?
employees, yeah. So,
it hurts down.
Yeah.
North County, yeah.
yeah.
Bad.
Okay, so.
All right, so this is just the Cobra plan for MedBen. They just need an approval. A motion.
It's virtually the same as last year.
So there's that.
Yeah, I'll make them, sorry.
You're supposed to be getting short.
Well, I can't do that. Okay, this is the, I didn't learn shorthand. This is the, contract with tourism. It's, been 3 years, so, it's up in January 1st. We have to start a new business. And John,
Saves it for.
and John's looked at
I'll
it.
make a motion, tourism.
Mhm.
One second.
Then they have to sign it.
Mhm. And then, does this need to have motion, the extension office, or does she just sign? It's just their copy.
Or that copy.
The extension office got a new copy or
They get one in turn. But I'm sure
every
they,
couple of years.
they.
Yeah, you still do a motion.
Just still do a motion, okay, so we need a motion for the new copier lease with the extension office for the office shop.
Receipt on delivery.
This is, yeah, this is just saying that it was.
So I signed it too.
Yeah, she sent it over.
And that says that too.
Do they have it now?
Yes, yeah, they just got it.
Yeah, it's gonna get one time, the Fox was supposed to be helping the veterans and he dropped it. I was gonna give it to the historical society, but never mind, it's just got ruined.
And then you sign there and you're.
You have your tournament.
I know, it's been forever.
I know, I missed that. That was fun.
You guys play euchre?
Yeah.
Play hearts?
Yeah.
No.
I used to play hearts for a long time.
Play hearts.
Yeah.
Could ask them.
We play all,
Like,
we play all, with different
Yeah.
ones.
And
We have. our-
my family's more into the 7-Up. Did 7-Up, like
Oh, yeah,
high-low jig-jack game.
yeah.
And they would always,
And we played canasta.
oyster soup for our New Year's when he always fixes that.
Who?
And
It's what?
he fixes oyster soup
Oh,
for me. Okay, girl, there.
Okay.
Put that, have you signed done, paid?
Well, we got another one. All right, now we have the lobbyist, G2 Strategies, they need to, have a new contract for next year.
5,000 a month.
Yeah,
Well,
is what we pay now.
mhm.
tell me,
So I need a motion.
If you just signed, it doesn't say signature.
Motion.
I'm good
Somebody-
with it, I've been, you can go first if you want, but I'm good with it.
Okay.
I still say they're not like Jewel. I mean, John Gone came to, they get it every couple of months and form.
He contacts me quite a bit, and she's involved
Oh,
with the
yeah,
rest
you
of
guys
us.
have that phone call.
And she really, Randy really likes her a lot. I mean, she's a rock star up here in the state. I think she helps him. I mean, she kind of
Does she
ideas.
still call Debbie? All of them? Every.
Friday?
No, that's gone right now.
Okay, not sure.
But it'll come back up.
When legislature.
Yeah, legislature.
Yeah, it's every Friday.
She called me, my nephew was down there. You know, at the time, because that, they was gonna pull a plug, so, go through it. But anyway, it worked out.
The,
Contract with Row.
yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. This one here.
Okay. We start to next.
Have you got the? Okay.
So
I didn't bring my file in for those.
we love doing
Well,
that.
what I've got is the last page.
Okay,
I mean,
I don't have anything, I don't have any other contract. with
oh, you
them.
don't have?
No,
Okay,
no,
here, I got.
I don't have anything for them.
Should.
Are we allowed to rubber, are we allowed to stamp stuff, not rubber stamp, are we allowed to have a Put a sign.
What's the difference?
But Biden did, and you're gonna get.
I rubber stamp, I didn't mean it.
Scrub it on the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
Like DocuSign on computer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not your signature, it's a stamp.
I can have a stamp. I have a stamp in my
You
office.
do?
It just when
Don't-
Debbie uses it, she has to put her
Don't
initials
sign
on.
it.
All right,
Oh, we don't
so
have to sign
the
that.
So
road.
we could give you ours and
I've got.
we can't come in, we could. you could
Well,
stand
yeah,
in, we
but
could
you
sign.
could, that's given, that's a lot of. I don't know.
You don't want
I don't like that, no. I need a motion for the row contract,
Make a motion.
Second,
and then somebody will let them know,
Yeah.
I already did.
okay?
Okay.
And then,
Here's the,
are you good?
He said if it keeps raining, she goes, we probably won't be there till the first week of December with Thanksgiving next week.
What about Levin
we
Stevens?
can sign that.
Are you gonna?
I had already told Zach that he
Okay,
needs to,
okay.
work it into the schedule.
and here
Let
are,
us know.
here are the,
We are almost done with the windows. We just had, they still have to do, I think, one, they have to put some back in. They have to take
Yeah.
one out downstairs and then I think they have 8 in the sheriff's office.
That I just gave.
Up and down, stairs that they have to take out to do. I didn't hear from them today, so, I'm gonna assume they're not coming tomorrow. I'm not gonna be here, yeah, probably maybe because of the weather. But, but they're moving right along, so we're almost done
Good.
with it, so.
Motion for the, sign and claims,
Planes.
you guys.
I'll make the motion.
Yeah, Shane, before the vote came, said, census said we had about 5,800. And then when the vote came, we had 6,100, people.
Oh.
And then when it started whistling down, they said, we're back about to 50, so now.
5,800.
There's a lot of people keep dying, I don't know.
That ain't ever gonna stop.
I know,
Yeah. Geriatric community.
My daughter ran, we're across the country, she hated the city so bad. I am not coming back to, she said Indiana. Whatever.
oh, I like our little town, I like those.
Yes.
I've had other people say, why did you get 101, it's a little country town.
Mhm.
Well, it isn't different.
Yeah. That's so town.
And like they said too, if so many people move here, then first thing they want, street lights out the county, everything else like they had in the city.
I wonder what's gonna happen with the boat, are they gonna, I mean, they've been crying woe is me for ever. And now they've pretty much shut down the move to Fort Wayne. Most part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if they ever get to the point where they invest the money in the casino. As opposed to just sit here and
With the reindeers this
for a
year.
decade, just let it fall down.
they've done some stuff down there. Have you been in there recently?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I haven't been in.
Yeah, they have.
They
They
have.
have
It was
done some stuff.
Have
Did they do,
Yeah. The floor looks good. The floor looks good.
Yeah.
Christmas stuff, Darla and I, and Steve
Oh.
Heather went there last weekend.
good, maybe they're gonna,
Yeah, right, and that's what Marissa was saying too, kind of like, in the beginning, they wanted to move and, they're throwing like,
Sure,
a
why
worst
wouldn't
case
they?
scenario, we're on guys falling,
yeah.
but, maybe they overdid that a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, it's still profitable.
And that's what she said too.
I know when they first came, they said, we didn't think we'd make up here on those roads. Had that uniform state vacation. And they weighed way over what they thought they'd make, so they were thrilled, but that's a first.
Sure.
That was dread there.
And, it may sell, they may sell,
Yeah.
somebody look smaller will buy
They
it.
keep changing people's
Somebody.
image.
Yeah.
Oh, we really care about the golf course. Get
Right.
that golf course in better shape.
Yeah.
They ain't putting no money in that golf course, have they? They've let the grass turn into crabgrass.
They
That's
cleaned the bathroom.
Really?
They painted the bathrooms, it don't smell like them. You got that on speaker, yeah.
Oh, forgot about that day. Whose idea was that anyway?
This day,
Yeah, but what? Was it,
Transparency.
yes.
well, come to the damn meeting.
Yeah.
That's your transparency.
Yeah.
We're not in a closet in somebody's, back in somebody's house.
Okay, so I have one more thing. So we get, twice a year, right before settlement, we get, CVET and FIT. CVET is commercial vehicle excise tax,
Yeah.
and FIT is financial institution tax. And when the governor passed his stuff, he changed some things. So when I came in 2019, the state would send us the money for this twice a year, the CVET and the FIT. We would have to plug our numbers into a form, and then we would have to, we would send money out to the townships, the school, the city, library, and then
Different.
yeah, waste management. So the FIT is the same also, except, the townships, except Randolph Township, benefit from that money. But the regular townships, Cass, Union, and, Pike don't get any money from that. So now the difference is we still send out the money to the entities, but we don't have to break it down for them. We used to send out a Form 22. I know you don't know what that is, but we used to send that out. We don't have to break it up anymore. They, the townships,
Do
I
it
guess,
themselves.
yeah, do it themselves. They kind of give them more, liberties on that. And then, we have money that goes into the general fund on both of those. Then when we, what we do is we have to, we have a little bit that we put like in health reassessment, Coombe Bridge and Coombe Cap. Okay, we receive that in. It's not very much at all. The auditors have been going back and forth. The state says that I needed to come to the commissioners and get it in the minutes that, instead of, we have the permission now, the governor says you can just put it all in general. We don't have to, receipt it into those other funds. The auditors, some people said, well, it's the council that makes a decision. The, State Board of Accounts says, well, no, it's the commissioners that make that decision.
Won't that hurt them?
So,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to explain this twice because I don't know. So I just need to get it in the minutes that it's okay that I receive this money into general and not break it up. It's not very much anyway.
Okay.
What did the
So,
State
But the
Board of Accounts say?
I'm sorry,
State Board of Accounts.
said that I said commissioners need to make that decision. But Jackie told me, it's council's decision, and some of the other auditors said, well, I think it's our council's decision. The state board said commissioners, so that's usually who I go by. So,
So we need to make a motion.
yeah, make a
To allow you
motion
to-
that
I'll
will allow me just to put it into the general fund. I don't have to break it up into the health reassessment, Coombe Cap, or anything anymore.
I'll make the motion.
We won't hear from all the other entities that used to get that money.
No, because they don't know. The townships will still get it, the school will still get theirs. This
Who
is,
doesn't?
health, which is like $28.
Okay,
It's
Okay.
little.
Reassessments
Okay.
like under 100.
okay.
Coombe Bridge and then Coombe Cap. So it's just those entities.
Okay.
They don't get
Don't even
anything.
realize that.
Yeah, they don't even realize that they're getting it. No, I just need permission. I gotta put it in the minutes that I'm gonna,
Okay.
put it all into general. And then we're just done with it and we don't have to do anything anymore.
A second.
Okay, thank you.
And have you guys got your excise tax? That was always the worst thing.
Excise is done.
Good.
Mhm. Yep, I got it all done.
Mhm.
I haven't even got the settlement packet from the state yet. So I'm way ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mindy and I are been working on that, so exercise is done.
Anything else? Nobody got anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Motion to adjourn.
So.
I mean,
You said you'd have a proposal by Thanksgiving.
we don't meet till again in December.
December.
2 day meetings. Remember last year you forgot it was day meetings.
2 day meetings, the
Yeah.
1st and the 15th.
First and the 15th.
First and fifteenth.
Yes, 9 o'clock.
I thought it was 21st. Okay.
9
First and fifteenth.
The first and the 15th. Well, let me look, just because
I'm gonna put it in the calendar, so.
Connie says that, and then
I thought,
That's what it says over there.
does it say it over there too?
Yeah.
You got good eyes.
December 1st, ooh, I do have 16th.
yeah, it's the 15th.
I need to delete
The
that.
1st and the 15th, those are both Mondays.
Yeah, I guess it would be too.
Yeah.
Second one don't happen.
Yeah,
And that's it.
can't do crap on my phone.
2 Mondays.
So 15th, 9 AM.
Make for a 3-day weekend.
Hmm.
I said that makes for a 3-day weekend.
Well, nobody got anything else? I have to have a motion to adjourn.
You got it.
We all good?
Yeah, I second.
Okay.
This is something I needed to do.